back with you guys today. I don't have a full hour, so I'm going to jump right in and get through this very quickly with you. But as you know, if you have any questions after this, please feel free to reach out to Jackie. She'll send me any questions you have as well. So what we're going to focus on today is a few quick engagement drivers. So the kinds of content you can put out on your social media platforms, no matter what platform you decide to use as your primary platform, that will really start the conversations. So I'm going to jump in and just share my screen. Ooh, can you guys see that? Is that working?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So diving right in, these are top 10, and there's actually an 11th, and I'll brief you guys on that quickly before I hop off. So number 1, share UGC. So this is something that you'll see us doing on our social media platforms for the Jafra branded platforms, but this will definitely work for you and your clients, and I've seen a lot of other MLM brands do this as well, where there's hashtag Wear It Wednesday is a big trending hashtag with a lot of companies that have clients. And we use this sometimes on our social media. But for example, in November, we did hashtag Thankful Thursdays, and we thanked all of the customers and our consultants that were posting about Jafra. So this is an example of something that we did. Something that could work for you. Thankful Thursday is something that we can definitely keep going throughout the year. Hashtag Wear It Wednesday. Even something like hashtag Motivation Monday is another fun time to play with that, where someone has your skincare goals, someone has your makeup goals, things like that. But something that's really important about this is, one, it connects with your clients in that they know that you see them. So it kind of makes them feel special. It also gives you a third-party endorsement. So a third-party endorsement is when someone other than you or Jafra is saying that this is a great product. So when you see someone actually using the product on their skin, wearing makeup on their face, it gives that kind of, it's essentially a recommendation. So showing other people, showing your clients that other people are recommending your product is a very powerful way to show them how to use it, but also show them that it's good, effective product. And just a couple of stats that I put here, 76% of people say they're more likely to trust the average person than a brand. So again, having people say that your product is great is better than having the brand say it. And almost 100% of consumers trust other consumer recommendations. So again, just think about how you are naturally and organically shopping, even through this holiday season. You're probably reading reviews on Amazon. You're probably asking people what's on their wish list and getting ideas there. So this is just that organic conversational recommendation, very, very powerful. So number 2, repurpose content. So not every social media post has to be specifically designed for social media. You can find content everywhere and share it out on your social platforms. And everything that we're sharing for Jafra for our clients doesn't necessarily have to be focused on Jafra. So we do have a lot of really great resources for Jafra content. We have our beauty blog, Beauty Scene. It's on Jafra.com. We've been reposting a lot of that stuff in the Jafra Beauty Insiders group. Estelle Day is our spokesperson. She posts a lot of really great content. That content is there for you to share. Feel free to repurpose that content. Any beauty blog content. So there maybe we'll launch a new mascara like we did last year, and there may be a ton of really great posts on how to make your mascaras last longer, or ways to apply mascara using our special wand. We did a post on this, but there may be some other bloggers that put out content. We are constantly working with influencers now. There's a whole bunch of other resources outside of the Jafra sphere where you may find really great tips that you can share with your clients. So feel free to repurpose that, because then you become a source of information and also a source for tips and ideas. So just definitely repurpose social content put out by Jafra, but think about the rest of the world, the rest of the digital world, and where you might find some interesting and important bits of information that you can share with your clients. Giveaways. So, we did 12 days of giveaways in December for 12 days of Christmas. We did giveaways in November as well for our favorite Jafra products that we were thankful for. This is something, it doesn't have to be a Jafra product. I know our products can be a little pricey and you don't want to give them away because you want to sell them. But even think about fun, creative ways that you can package items or give away. We have, I've seen in groups where they give away items that are auxiliary items to the products that you sell. So a makeup sponge or a makeup bag, things like that. So just think about ways that you can drive engagement. And the nice thing with giveaways, the way that we host them on our pages is we have people tag 3 friends. So they are bringing people into the group that aren't currently part of the conversation. So this is not only a way to make people feel that they are being thanked for their engagement, but it's also a way for them to bring people in. And the other nice thing with giveaways, and you could see this in the way we run them on our platforms, is especially on Facebook, when people are tagging people, when people are sharing your posts, which you can make as requirements as entry for your giveaway, it spreads the word. So this creates that snowball effect. On top of that, you've got your third-party endorsement. So when you see 100 people liking a post, commenting on a post, people who are buying because they want to win this, it shows that it's a product that is quality, that people want. It creates a desire and a demand. So it also just kind of ups the interest, makes your products look a lot more interesting and desirable to people who may not originally know the brand. So again, a couple more stats for you here. Instagram accounts that run contests on a regular basis grow about 70% faster than accounts that don't. So we're definitely using this on our page to grow our audience. Again, this is something that's great for your current audience, but this is really an engagement driver to bring new people into your brand. And then 91% of Instagram posts with more than 1,000 likes or comments are giveaways and giveaway-related content. So even at the end of the year, when I do a wrap report on our social media content, we see that at least half of our top performing posts are giveaways. A lot of our other posts kind of follow suit with hashtags and trending content, but you'll see that giveaways definitely bring new people in and get people to take your content and share it out, which just keeps the conversation going. Again, that whole wonderful social media snowball effect. So tag a friend content. We also did this this was October, our golden month. But this is something that you probably see organically in your social media feed, not even from brands. This is just, it's kind of almost a meme right now where it's like, tag a friend who blank. We also did this in October with our horoscope content where you tag your Virgo, tag your Scorpio, etc. People love to see things that they relate to. So when you put something out there that's like, tag a friend who, has amazing lips or has really great eyeshadow game or whatever it is. It's like a way of, one, creating a conversation with someone new, but also it creates that positive feeling about your brand. It creates a positive feeling about the people who are sharing, because that tag a friend is almost like an acknowledgement. And again, those tags, when you get people tagging people in your groups, tagging your content, it brings new people into the fold. And again, creates that positive feeling about you, your product, and your brand. So emojis. A lot of people will shy away from emojis. I saw this a little bit at conference actually when we had our booth, and we gave people stickers to post their emojis on their content, and a lot of people were a little shy about using hashtags. I'm not sure what a hashtag is, and we also saw people who, aside from the smiley face emoji, unsure of what all the emojis mean. So really important. Don't use an emoji if you don't know what it means, because you never know on social media what's going on with emojis. The smiley face emoji is a very safe one. The bee emoji, which you'll see here, we use in our content, also very, very safe. But just if you're a little on the fence about emoji, just double check. But emojis a proven fact will drive higher engagement with your content. So using emojis on Twitter can increase your engagement by 25.4%, and on Facebook by 57%. So it's proven. It's something that breaks up the copy. People who see heavy copy posts tend to shy away a little bit, but when you see little graphics and images in the content, it makes it almost a little bit more fun. It gamifies your story, your copy a little bit more. But just I caution, like word of caution, just make sure you know what your emoji means before you post it, because the internet, social world, just kind of, they invent things. Just be careful. But definitely encourage you to do this. Another thing to note, the smiley emojis, if you use them at the start of your content, tend to drive higher engagement with your content. The big cheesy grin, ironically, drives more engagement than just the smiley face. There's a whole bunch of weird little statistics out there, but definitely encourage you to use them. Use them well. Don't go crazy with them, but it's definitely something that will help drive engagement with your content. So create a how-to. We do this a lot with our video content in social media. I don't know if Jackie is on, but Jackie is amazing. I watched her brow tutorial last week? I don't even know, but I learned a whole lot. Again, we talked about this the last time I hopped on here. Don't feel pressure to do all of these things. If this is your thing and you're good at it and you're comfortable with it, this is a great way to drive engagement. It's a great way to connect. It's a great way to add a little extra value to the people who are following you in your group. It's also a really great way to show off our products. If you feel like this is not your thing, don't force it. There are a lot of really great tutorials on the internet. There are a lot of really great tips and tricks that you can find all over the internet to use various products, and we are creating more and more of this content for Jafra. So as we create this content, you guys have access to all of that and share that as well. But the great thing about how-tos is by showing people the product in use. We talked about this a little bit, about using the magnifying tool that you can buy for your lens so that you can show people the product and how it applies, but showing it in use rather than showing it just in the packaging really helps people visualize how this product fits into their lives. Showing people how easy things are. Like when I saw Jackie do an eyebrow and I'm like, oh, so simple. Why have I not done this before? It's a no-brainer. And instantly I was like, oh, I need to get this product, this product, this product. You have a shopping list now after your tutorial. It's also people tend to watch tutorials from start to finish. So even if you haven't watched a beauty tutorial, you've likely seen, or maybe it's just my social feed, a million different kinds of casseroles that you can make in 5 minutes on your feed, or other cooking things. I've seen a lot of like craft tutorials. I'm guilty of this, and focus group of one, but I know that a lot of people share this on my feed. Those tutorials on how to do something, I watch from start to finish. I want to see start of the project, how it started, and I want to see the end result. So we see this a lot with tutorials and how-to content on social media. So definitely encourage you, find something online, ask us for it. If there's something that you really want to see or you think would be really useful for you, reach out to me or Lily, and we'll definitely put it on the agenda of something that we can work on creating for you as well. So share tips. This is a really fun piece of content for us. So this post touched on the oddly satisfying trend. Also that application, that macro application that we're talking about. So this was when we launched Galaxia, we showed how thick and pigmented the liquid eyeshadows were by smudging it across skin. And some of the feedback that I had gotten back from influencers is that they shy away from liquid eyeshadows because they feel like it's too much of a color commitment. You put it on and it's there and it's thick and it's dark, and it's not as flexible as some of the powders are. And I had learned from watching so many tutorials that that's not actually true. You can brush it on, or you can tap it on and then blend it, which gives you more flexibility with the color. So we saw this, we got that feedback that people were shying away a little from liquid eyeshadows, and we put it in the content as a tip of, hey, this is highly pigmented, which is a great sales direction for us for this product. but it's also doesn't have to be a major commitment. And if you use it in this way, and we provided that tip, you know, you have essentially two products in one, a highly pigmented product or something that you can blend and use as a highlight. This posted extremely well for us. You see that it got 13,000 views on Instagram. But that's also, we did this tip. This was just in the copy. The video was a very quick little video that looped, super easy, just single tip in a single post. That was it. Not a how-to, very, very quick and easy. And I know a lot of you guys who have been using our products have tips on how to use these products and how you use them in your own life. So definitely encourage you to share those with your consumers. Throwback Thursday. So another fun hashtag that has been around since the beginning of social media time. This is a day, it's Thursdays, where people will share content from the past. Some people throw back to last Thursday, some people throw back to 10 years ago. This was something we play with sometimes on our branded accounts, where we play with the original Jafra content versus now, which again, encourage you to share it, take it, share it, but also showing, we've seen a lot of things in the beauty industry with influencers showing how their skincare game has changed over the last 10 years, or, you know, an eyeshadow look that they created last year versus the same eyeshadow look they created this year, having worked with the product for a year. So showing progression and evolution is also really cool and a fun way to play with Throwback Thursday. But this is just, it's a trending conversation. It's an engagement booster because a lot of people participate in Throwback Thursday. And it's also really cool to do that look back. And it's why you see, you know, Facebook and Instagram will show you posts from a year ago, from 10 years ago, and it's because it's something that they've noticed is driving engagement on their pages. So they are pushing that content, and it's something that you can definitely utilize on your pages. So 9, we talked about this a little bit in our last session, is that response. So the more you respond on your page, the more people are going to continue engaging with your content. And then again, you know I sound like a broken record, but that snowball effect. So the more people are engaging with you, the more people see that content. It's also, Facebook's algorithm works that if you're responding and engaging with your content, it favors your content in people's feeds. So it's very important that even if you just hop on and like people's posts, respond to their questions, even jump in the comments and generate engagement. Sometimes you'll see Estelle will jump into our pages and generate conversations as well in our feed. Sometimes Houdith does the same thing. It's just a way to keep, like, let people know that you're not just out there broadcasting, it's a relationship. And I can't stress enough how important it is to continue a conversation. Social media is a conversation. It is not a broadcast platform. So if you're going to put yourself out there, and you should, I encourage everyone to do that, just be there as a resource. So if you post a tip or a tutorial and someone's like, hey, you know, I tried this and this didn't work, you know, jump in, let people see that you're responding too, because that also helps other people get a sense of who you are, your personality, but other people might learn from those responses. So definitely encourage you to do this publicly, unless, and this is a rule of thumb that we have on our social platforms as well. If someone has a complaint or an issue, definitely respond and say, hey, I'm going to send you a private message, or hey, let's hop on the phone. Take those conversations off the page, for sure. Let people know that you're going to respond to those conversations. Hey, let's hop on a call. Hey, I'm going to send you a private message, but don't try to solve the problem. I encourage you not to try to solve the problem in the feed, because that can, something that we notice with our brands, and something I've noticed with a lot of brands that I work on, is you have to decide if you want to be a customer service tool in social media. If you start solving problems in the feed, you essentially create a community where you're going to be a customer service tool. And that's not necessarily the kind of engagement. It's good that you're driving conversation, you're solving problems, but you want your conversation to be about your brand. You want your conversation to be positive and about sales. So definitely respond to people who are having problems or trouble or need some help, but just, I encourage you to take that conversation off the feed. And then the last, I cannot stress this enough, go live. People love to see your face. They love to see a human more than just posts. People spend up to 3 times longer watching Facebook Live videos than anything that's been previously recorded. A couple of weeks ago, it was Thanksgiving, I watched a whole live recording of the Rockettes training for an hour. I watched it for an hour just because I don't know. I wanted to be the first one to see them get their kick line together. I don't know why I did it. I watched it for an hour. I don't watch anything online for an hour. So that just is, again, focus group of 1, but I'm not the only one. This stuff works. It's why you see it happening so much. So when you can have a human connection with your clients, especially over social media, because social media allows you to have connections with people across the country. But it's very important. It's one of the benefits of our brand, of being able to work with a consultant versus buying, just clicking buy online. You have a human, you have a person to talk to, you have someone who you can ask about the products. So you definitely, having a live creates that human element, so people know there is somebody there that they can talk to. So I encourage you all to do it. It's, after you get through your first 2 or 3, if you're a little shy, it becomes a lot easier. Especially if you have a few people in your audience who are going to engage with you, ask you questions. So that is my 10. My 11th that I didn't include in here, and it's because I want to talk to my compliance team to make sure I'm giving you guys really good information. And that is to do any kind of contests that encourage engagement, that can result in a prize. So I'm not talking about a product giveaway, but I've seen a lot of things on social media where it's fun social media games, where it's and you've probably seen these if you follow any other brands, and I'm sure that some of our consultants do this in social as well, where I don't know if you've ever seen anyone play Duck, Duck, Goose on social media, where everyone says duck, and then see your face, Lori. And then the host says goose, and the last person who comments wins a prize or whatever it is. These are considered lotteries. There's a whole thing in compliance about them. So you may see other people do them. They are great at driving engagement. I don't want to suggest that you do them until I find out and make sure that we can do them. So once I find that out, I'll put together a whole presentation for you guys and send it through so that you have it, just so that you know how you can create that kind of content compliantly without breaking any of the policies and procedures. So if you see that and you have any questions, if you have any questions about something you see online, you're not sure if it's something that you should do. Again, it's something that I've seen and I'm like, I'm not sure we should do this. I know it's great. I know it works, but I'm not sure we should do this. I'm going to check with my compliance team. If you've got any questions, send them through to me or to Jackie, and we will double check with for you to make sure that it's okay. But everything in this presentation are things that are totally allowable and okay to do. So we'll post this in the group as well, so you've got that. And then I saw a few questions popping up while I was on here. Does anyone have any questions before I hop off?
Melissa, do you want to stop sharing your screen and then we can look at the audience quick? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nope.
Well,
there you go.
Jackie, does that, I have a question. Does that mean we can't offer a product drawing for a prize?
A random drawing?
Yeah.
I need to check with compliance on how you do that. If you take a look at the recent giveaways that we did on social, on Facebook and on Instagram, there's a legal compliance, like a whole set of rules that we had to add. I have to do that as a brand. I'm not 100% certain that you guys have to do it. So I have to find out for you. But if you do have to do it, I'll get those rules so to make sure that you have them so that you can include them. But it basically, those compliance rules just state that you don't have to make a purchase to participate, that it's within, and this is very important for us, that we focus on that only people within the United States can participate because we don't ship outside of the United States, as well as any kind of age restrictions, must be 17 to participate. things like that. So it's just your basics to make sure that you're covered. So I will find out from our team if you guys need to include any kind of disclaimer like that, and I'll send it through to the group so you've got it.
That would be
Thank
great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if they have a private, like VIP group, is that different than doing it on your business page? Like if they have a client group or a consultant group, is that different? Just curious if you know that.
I don't know if, I know private groups are definitely different from public facing content. But I don't know if the rules change as far as requiring the disclaimer.
Yeah, so when you ask, maybe that's just one more layer.
Yes.
Because they're operating different types of groups or pages. So that'd be awesome. Thank you
Yep.
for that. Okay, anyone else with questions before Melissa goes? She's got meetings all day, so we want to make sure we give you any added questions.
I see that Carol had asked what a vlog is. So a vlog, again, I'm so sorry. I always forget about all the social media lingo. So a vlog is essentially, it's a video blog. So it's like this, live like this. So rather than writing all of my content out and putting it on the internet for people to read, I would create a video of it, essentially just like this. And then people could engage with it by watching the video rather than reading the content. And that's exactly it. It's a video blog.
Melissa,
Wonderful.
are you talking about like when people are on Instagram and then they go to HGTV?
Oh, the IGTV, the Instagram
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
That is one way for sure. With the Facebook Lives, Instagram Live, like the IGTV, people will host vlogs also on YouTube. So you see a lot of YouTube influencers. Essentially, what they're doing is vlogging, especially the ones who hop on and tell you about their day. It's a video journal, essentially. So it's exactly the same kind of content that you would see in a blog, but they're not writers. They're more entertainers. So it's the same kind of stuff. I've seen people do this. If you're not comfortable doing a live, pre-record it. Do a tutorial, pre-record it, test out your products, pre-record it, and then post it, when you're ready. And that's exactly what a vlog is. So rather than writing out like, these are the steps that I use for skincare. And we talked about Luis, the barber, in my last session. He does this a lot where he will record his skincare routine and then posts it up later. Sometimes he cuts it up so it's a little bit shorter because it takes a bit. But that's essentially exactly what we're talking about. And videos, like I said, people love that human connection. It is a really great format for content.
Melissa,
Yeah.
is there a big difference whether it's pre-recorded or live in engagement?
Yes, live content tends to drive a lot more engagement. And it's got that whole urgency. So whenever you're creating urgency of, I have to watch this now, this is happening now, you tend to drive a lot more engagement. People will hang on to wait and see what happens next. Where if it's something that you post later, they can watch it at their own leisure. There's no urgency. There's not a live element. There's not a group of people watching and commenting. They don't have that opportunity to even ask you questions live. So that's
Okay.
kind of the essential difference. The nice thing though, even when you go live, that content can live on social media for long after you go live. So you can create the recording, post it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, like that hour-long video of the Rockettes, I'm pretty sure that's still posted on their page. If you guys want to go check it out and watch the Rockettes rehearse, it's there for you.
Go ahead, Gina. Thank you.
I had a bad experience just this last week. I do a lot of live videos, so I had somebody watch, and he's been bugging me, and I think he's a stalker. So I had to end up banning him and blocking him from calling me, from texting me, and WhatsApping me. It was really awful. So I just wanted to warn everybody about that sort of thing. That happens. So,
yeah.
yes, he claimed he loved me. He's, all that junk. So it's awful.
I'm so sorry. That's awful. And that it's definitely one of the dangers with social. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's terrible. Especially if you're going to go live in a public group versus a private group, you don't have those challenges so much if you're going to go live in a private group because you know everyone in your group. But if you're going to go public, you're going to get trolls. And again, I mentioned this in our last session, when you have a helper, you have someone who's like your partner while you're doing your lives can help you track down those trolls and ban them and kick them out while you're live for you. So it is really, really nice to have that help. If you don't have that help, you can definitely, most of your fans and your followers will give you that minute to get rid of the troll. But yeah, that is definitely a good warning. Thank you, Gina.
Okay, anyone else? Last chance. We've got about 3 minutes yet to go. Anything else you'd like to ask of Melissa?
Hey, Melissa, I love that what you just said. Track down those trolls. That's going to be like my new hashtag, I think. And I think too that the more I'm becoming aware of people's fear of going live, especially with my younger team, and you and I've talked about this too, Melissa, the anti-beauty bullying stuff. They're so afraid because of the horrible things people will say about them. So I think just a private group is a great answer to that fear, like Gina was just bringing up. But I have a quick question about that too that goes along the lines of what Jackie was saying about what we can do in those private groups. We have a little more freedom because it's just clients. So I'm careful of that because I don't want my other, like my fellow consultants, I don't want their clients seeing if I'm doing something or have a sale, because then maybe their, consultant's not doing that. They're like, how come you don't have this? But is it okay for us to post like our own sale, like to, create a little package deal and have a special price or something in a private group with just clients?
Let me check. I want to confirm that for you. I don't want to give you bad information. My gut says that should be fine, but let me double check that.
Yeah, I think that key absolutely is private groups, right? That's why you have the VIP client club, the VIP consultant groups, right? So we had brought that up to legal before, and they definitely said for sure private groups, are really your ticket for that. If you're doing things outside of that, it's open to the public, and now you're marking down prices, you're going against the brochure and the policy. So yeah, I think that's really that solution, Jackie, but we'll double check one more time just because things are constantly evolving right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Just when I think I know and I start flying off the handle with something, then it's like, oh, we're not doing that anymore.
No, good question. We'll double check on those things too. Okay, anyone else? 1 minute. All right, what's the best piece of what you learned today? What did you like today out of the 11? Anybody have a favorite? Or what will you take action on between now and the end of this year? What are you most excited to try or do differently?
Oh, I'm sharing all of this with my team. We're going to do social media training. And so you helped me put it in really groovy bullet points, Melissa. So thank you so much. And like share the UGC, the user generated content, like you gave me terms instead of me just saying, like, don't just post a picture of a moisturizer, like put it on your face and take a picture. So you gave me terms to use for that instead of just feeling like I'm lecturing them. Now I have bullet points to teach them. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so true. Melissa, you bring us such simplified content. I mean, the key is we can do it, but it's, sorry, I mute you there, Debbie. But it's, sharing that forward that really, really matters. So we really, really, truly appreciate that. And Melissa, now we're not giving any secrets away. We're not telling big stories here, but how exciting is National Conference going to be?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it's something else. We had a teaser last week, and I can't wait.
Oh my gosh, I literally was like in tears, goosebumps, screaming. Ladies, I am gonna tell you, honestly, from Melissa and I, we had a 1 hour just mini version. You have never, ever been to anything like this. I've been to all 38 in my 38 years, and I'm going to tell you something. It's a new decade. It's a whole new world. You get ready. You get invited. You have to be the bold one and say, you can't afford to not go. I need you there for 2020. I am telling you, it is absolutely freaking amazing. I don't know, but it's going to be so fun. I can't wait, Melissa, for all that you're going to have going on there. It's just a whole different world, ladies. So keep on inviting, keep on going. Thank you again, Melissa, for bringing our Special Success Squad some really deliverable content that helps us, that it makes us out there getting social, getting fun, and getting Jafra's brand everywhere. So thank you for who you are, Melissa, and we'll see you, Melissa, at National Conference.
All right, bye guys.
All right, bye everyone. All right, so Success Squad, before